Hi guys, welcome to first episode of CP1 Extensive Insights into CP1 series. So in this episode basically I will not be teaching you any concept. We will just be discussing what all things are required to clear CP1. So since we are starting with this series, before going on to the conceptual details, you should be aware of what you should be doing if you have picked this exam. So very important thing is that we should be thorough with the co-reading. Now many students ask me, ma'am, do we need to read the chapters? Do we need to go through the details of the questions which are given in the co-reading? So guys, yes, it is important that you are going through the co-reading. In case you have opted for coaching and have access to videos, then we can guarantee you that you can skip the co-reading because everything is quite detailed in the videos itself. But if you are doing self-study or have opted for any other coaching, then it's up to you. But yes, from my side, it is important that you have to go through the co-reading in detail. So first important step when we have picked CP1 as an exam is thorough understanding of the different topics which are there in the co-reading. Second important thing is make sure that you are doing all the practice questions at the end of the chapter itself. Now when we come to the practice questions of the chapter, we know for sure that whether you are giving a 10 from II or you are giving a 10 from IFOA, these questions won't be tested in exam. So these questions are just for your understanding. So these questions will help you to understand the concepts better, to understand the situations better. So yes, thorough understanding, thorough go through of these practice questions is must. Once you have gone through the co-reading, once you have gone through the practice questions, the third important step that comes for CP1 is going through past papers in detail. Now don't leave the past papers for it. It should not be like first you are going through all the chapters and all the practice questions, then you are doing past papers at the end. Very bad approach for a subject like CP1. So I always recommend to students that your videos and your summary list should go hand in hand. So if you have opted for CP1 coaching, first you should target your videos completion, then simultaneously pick the summary list of that particular videos. So similarly, if you are doing self-study, so first it should be like first completion of the co-reading and next moving to the practice questions and then finally coming to the past papers. So past papers detailed practice is something which is extremely important for a subject like CP1. Again, some students always say that, ma'am, can we skip co-reading and move directly to past papers? Not at all recommended. Some say कि मैम हम सिर्फ डायरेक्टली सिर्फ co-reading कर लें और past papers ना करें तो भी नहीं possible. It has to be a mix of both co-reading plus past papers in order to achieve pass. So it doesn't matter whether you are giving exam from II or IFOA, co-reading plus past papers practice is something which is important. So if you are taking live classes, you just have to make sure that you participate in the discussion class because these discussion classes are exclusively for you guys only. In discussion classes, we regularly practice a lot of past papers in great detail. So attending those classes is must. If you have opted for videos and you are doing your past papers on your own, just make sure that you are not skipping any of the questions which is there in the summary list. And if you are doing your self-study, again recommendation, not missing any of the questions which is there in summary list. And past papers practice is something that you have to do as per the society that you are choosing. So if you are choosing IFO as a society, you should do past papers in your typed format. If you are choosing II as a society, you should do past papers in written format. But past papers practice is something that has to start from today onwards. You don't have to leave it for the end. So if you are planning April and May 2023, at least 10 to 15% of your course must be done by now, and you should have started with the past paper series of those particular chapters. So do not go chapter wise like chapter 1, 2, 3 in CP1 subject. It has to be a combination of the chapters. So go through your past papers, complete past papers in detail, try to understand the combination of the chapters that come in exam and then attempt. And do not get demotivated if someone says you it's very difficult to clear. Yes, subject like CP1 is difficult to clear, but it requires great preparation. It requires understanding of different tips and tricks. So if we understand everything in great detail, then there is hardly anything which this exam. So in this episode, my reason for coming up with this video is to make you understand that if you have picked CP1 as a subject, first understand that how we have to proceed with the subject and then work on the concepts. There is no point working on the concepts when you don't know how to apply the concepts. For more details, we will be coming up the next episode where I will be digging further exactly what you have to do in past papers, and finally we will be starting with different discussion of the concepts. Thank you. Stay tuned for more